Hello jewelry community, this is the user manual number 7 for the gemstone settings maker asset. Today I will specially explain how to customize the V-style shape for the round and the oval gems. And as always, I strongly recommend you to append the setting as a collection to a new file. So let's go to the asset collections, double click to append all the elements of the V-style in a new file. Don't forget to save and be happy. Now let's have a look at the elements. We have the 4 prongs and the 6 prongs variants. We're going to hide the 4 prongs. We're going to learn to customize the 6 prongs. It's the most complicated one, so if you can do that one, you can do all the other ones. And at first we need to observe that we have several cubes that are positioned for the modifiers making the shape of the prongs. So if we're going to move, scale, or customize our prongs, we also need to work with these cubes to adapt the shape and size of our setting. So here is the standard size 1 carat oval gem. That's the reference for this setting. And I'm going to copy the gem and adapt the size to get my new reference for the new size. So here is my new target size for the new size of the gem, 11.3 per 14.2 per 6.8 millimeters. Now I'm going to select the first V-shaped prong here, and I'm going to go to the side view. I'm going to make a copy with Shift D and move my prong. And we can see that if I try to move the prong, it deforms in very bad ways. Let's escape this operation and undo the copy. Now I'm going to select the same first V-shaped prong, but also this middle cube right here. And I'm going to go to the side view and make a copy. Shift D. Now when I move the prong stays as it is. Let's move it close to its new position here. Save and be happy. Now I'm going to select the prong and I'm going to start adapting the size and modifiers to customize my prong. So first, the thickness. The thickness comes from this solidify modifier. So my new gem is a lot bigger, so I want a thicker prong. Let's say by example 2 millimeters. Now let's go to the top view. My first observation here is that the prong has too much bending on it and it's not following properly my new bigger gem. Here I can adapt the bending in that direction thanks to this simple deform number 2. So here I can test the amount of bending that I need for my new size. For now, it seems to be good at 45 degrees. Now, before continuing to customize my prong, I need to determine the new size of the base of the setting. I'm going to take the setting base here. I'm going to make a copy, Shift D on the Z axis. I want the base to at least cover the tip of the gem, like here by example, and I want it to be bigger. I'm going to go to edit mode. All the vertices are selected. This is a curve. So here I can scale the base however I need. Here by example, then if I want to make it thicker, I can adapt the mean radius of the base here for all the vertices. And also if I don't like the orientation, I can adapt the mean tilt of the base here in edit mode. Exit edit mode. Now if I want to customize the design, the shape of the profile for the base, here in geometry, we have the name of the object responsible for the shape of this base. It's the oval V setting base profile. We can find it here in the collection above. So let me unhide that collection, select the setting base profile, make a copy, Shift D, move it to a visible position, move it to my 6 prongs collection, hide the other collection again, I don't need it. Now let's call this profile number 2 and let's go back to selecting the new base and let's set the object for our geometry to this new profile number 2. Now if I go to edit mode on the new profile, I can start adapting the design however I need. By example, I want some grooves right here. I'm going to subdivide like this and adapt the shape. Now here what I need to do is select the base again, go to edit mode, have all the vertices selected and readapt the tilt of my base so that the groove is to the outside. By example, here. Now also, if you see that the orientation of your base and your profile don't match, go to segments, switch direction, then readapt the tilt as needed. this is now matching the orientation of the profile. Exit edit mode, save, and be happy for now. Good, so now I can make the prongs reach the new base. So let's select the prong and go to edit mode. And here we need to see that we only have the half of the prong because the prong has a mirror. So we only need to edit this part of the prong. Remove any selection that you have just in case. And I'm going to select the tip here and there. I'm going to select the proportional editing here. And I'm going to go to the side view. Now I'm going to grab the vertices on the z-axis and we can see that my prong can be made longer. So I don't know the exact length that I need, and anyway we'll still have to readapt the exact position of the base also, so the base and the prong come exactly together where we want them. But anyway, we are learning to customize. So here, the length. So let's come down here by example. So now my prong is longer and its shape is pretty nice, but it's too thin. So let's go to the front view, turn off the proportional editing, deselect everything, and we're going to select the side vertices here and we're going to move them to the right, and we can see that this is adapting the thickness of the arms of the V shape. Here, now down here the shape is breaking, but obviously because we need to select the vertices here and readapt their position to make the shape continuous again. And then also here at the tip I want to readapt the thickness. So this is going to go down on the z-axis, and then I'm going to move the vertices here and there to readapt my shape. Then also if I want to, I can select the inside here, maybe also move it and scale it on the x-axis here by example, and keep customizing my V shape however I see fit. This is pretty nice for the new size, and as you can see it's pretty simple to customize the shape and the size of my V prongs. Don't forget to save. Now an important note for maybe the more beginners of you. It's important to avoid moving the vertices when you are in perspective, because if you grab a vertex when you're in perspective, it's going to move in all the axes, and that's not good in this case. It's not good at all. Don't do that. So I'm going to escape this movement here because it's important to observe that all the vertices here are on the same plane. So if you take any vertex and you move it out of that plane, it's going to break the shape, and that's not good at all. So let's say by example, by mistake, you have moved your vertices out of that plane. Way to correct this issue, select all the vertices and do a scale on the y-axis to 0. There you go, because that makes all the vertices go to the same exact plane. Then go back to the front view and if needed, correct the position of the vertices again. Now let's say I want to scale my V prong on the x-axis to make it wider. There's a simple way to do that. Select a center vertex. It's at 0 on the x-axis. Do a Shift S, cursor to selected. Now come work from the 3D cursor pivot point here. Select all the vertices. You can see that the 3D cursor is here at the vertex. Now scale on the x-axis, and now we are working from the position of the 3D cursor. And then go back to median point for the pivot point to work from a more centric position, and keep adapting your design here. So this is how we customize the size and shape of our V prongs here in edit mode. Exit edit mode. Now I need to adapt the position. Don't forget to select the cube, and I'm going to move here on the y-axis because the prong needs to grab the gemstone a couple of decimals like this. Now let's go to the side view. My prong is maybe too long. Go to edit mode, the tip vertex is there, proportional editing on, and grab on the z-axis. I'm going to readapt here by example. Don't forget to come back to the front view, the shape must be readapted. Now exit edit mode, save, and go to the modifiers. And now here in the first simple deform, we can tweak the bending towards the gem or further away from the gem. Now, edit mode, I'm tweaking my design to a new size, and I need to adapt every detail. Here also I'm going to move the prong higher, because obviously don't forget that we need metal above the gem to set the metal on the gemstone and grab and set the gemstone. By example up there, obviously it depends every jeweler and gemstone setter on how much metal they want above the gem. Exit edit mode, save. Good. Now I'm going to make something similar for the remaining V prongs on the side of the oval. So select the prong and the 2 remaining cubes, because these cubes are necessary for the modifiers bending these prongs. Now let's make a copy, Shift D, and move on the Z-axis. Now here, to be precise, I have a problem because I would like my prongs to be at the same level than the first prongs. So let's escape the copy. I'm going to select my first prongs and I'm going to copy, Control C, the Z position. Now let's select the cubes and the prongs at last. Make a Shift D on the Z axis. Move up, and here in the data for the Z position, paste, Control V, the Z position of the first prongs. Enter. It might not be the final position of these prongs, but at least you will start working from the same level than the first prongs, and obviously that helps. Now also I'm going to select the first prong, take the dimension on the Z-axis, copy it, Control C, select the second prongs, paste the height right there. Now let's go to edit mode, select everything with A, adapt the position on the Z-axis and the position on the X-axis here. Then on the solidify modifier, start with the same thickness, 175. That's the same thickness than the first prongs. Now here we need to adjust the bending of the prongs. So exit edit mode. So let's go to the simple deform number 2 and reduce the bending in this direction. Then on the front view, to the first simple deform, we're going to have more bending here by example. Now we need to copy again the Z dimension here. Keep tweaking the bending in that direction here and paste the Z dimension again. Then in edit mode, we're going to make the position precise again. That's pretty nice. And paste the dimension again. So it's a little game of tweaking the bending and pasting the height again and again and again. Yes, it works like that until you get the bending and the height that you want. And yes, you can be pretty precise in this process. Now we need to complete this gap. Our prongs are not wide enough. So I have the prong selected. Let's go to edit mode. Now here, similar as the first prong, select the central vertices, Shift S, cursor to selected, work from the 3D cursor pivot point, select everything, and scale on the Y-axis. Let's make our prongs wider. So let's do this in a first approximation here. Exit edit mode. We need to center the prongs. They're not centered anymore. The central axis here is the Z-axis, the blue axis. So we need to select the cubes here and move them with the prongs to center them here on the red axis from the top view. There. Then here tweak the bending in the second position and go back to edit mode. Cursor to the central vertices again, select everything and readapt the scale on the Y-axis. Also check from the top view. Okay, keep tweaking on the Y-axis and continue the game of centering and adapting the size and bending in the second direction. The game is pretty easy. Now a final tweak on the bend. Now the contact is perfect. My customization is technically completed. I will do very fine tweaks depending the quality that I need for my render and the precision that I need for manufacturing the jewel. Now here a detail that I still want to tweak is the precision of the shape for the base of the setting. So let's go to top view, select the profile, move it closer to the zone of action. Also you can rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis so you can see the base and the profile at the same time. So on the profile, let's go to edit mode. Now depending the orientation of the base, the tilt, and also the orientation of the profile, you need to locate what vertices affect what part of the design. So logically, I will start with the top ones and move them. These are the side vertices. Let's try these ones. Nope. Let's try these ones, and these are the vertices making the contact with the back of the prongs. Now here move on the x-axis. Now for the tip of that prong, take the base, go to edit mode, select everything and scale on the y-axis. That's a very small detail there, but I don't want the prong to come out of the base like this. Now I need to do some cleanup of the scene to make a nice render of my V-shape setting. So here select the scene collection, add a new collection and call it bigger V-shape oval. Now here select the elements of the customized version and drag and drop them in the new collection. Now I can hide the first collection that I've appended at the beginning. Now by example I forgot the gem. So let's open the collection again, and the bigger gem is this one. Drag and drop to the new collection. Now obviously the cubes for the bending positions must be removed from rendering, and also you can hide them from the view. I'm going to do that for all the cubes. If you don't have these options right there, is because the filters are here. I have the viewport filter and the rendering filter. These filters help us show and hide objects from the 3D viewport and also from rendering. Now to make my render, I'm going to go to File, Append, go to the asset, double click, go to the world, and I'm going to append the world. Then let's go to the world and set the world to the world I've just appended here. Save and make the render preview, and check your newly customized V-prong settings from all the angles and send the screenshots to your client as needed. Then also you can export the setting for STL 3D printing and further casting in gold, silver or platinum or any metal that you see fit for manufacturing your jewel. I hope this tutorial explained everything you needed to know about customizing the V-shaped prongs settings from the Gem Settings Maker asset. You can find it on Superhive Blender Market to support my work, my channel, and also Blender. Have a nice day, take care, and see you soon.